In this video, we are going to discuss Amazon GuardDuty extended threat detection coverage for multi-stage attacks targeting Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service, EKS, clusters in your AWS environment. GuardDuty correlates multiple security signals across Amazon EKS audit logs, runtime behavior of processes, malware execution, and AWS API activity to detect sophisticated attack patterns that might otherwise go unnoticed. These new attack sequence findings cover multiple resources and data sources over an extensive time period, allowing you to spend less time on first-level analysis and more time responding to critical severity threats, thereby minimizing business impact. Amazon GuardDuty is a managed threat detection service that provides you with a more accurate and easy way to continuously monitor and protect your AWS accounts, workloads, runtime activity, and data. With just a few clicks, GuardDuty immediately begins analyzing events from multiple AWS sources. With GuardDuty, you get intelligent threat detection and actionable alerts in an easy-to-use, pay-as-you-go cloud security service. It monitors your AWS accounts, including your Amazon EC2 workloads, data stored in Amazon S3, Amazon EKS workloads, and anomalous login activity for Amazon Relational Database Service, Amazon RDS databases, beginning with Amazon Aurora and runtime activity. Amazon GuardDuty Extended Threat Detection uses AI and ML to rapidly identify complex, multi-stage threat sequences across your AWS accounts, workloads, and data. The generated findings help reduce triage time by automatically correlating signals, providing high-confidence insights into potentially compromised resources, and delivering prescriptive remediation recommendation with these enhancements. GuardDuty Extended Threat Detection empowers security teams to focus on the most critical threats and streamline the response to active attacks. The capabilities are automatically enabled for all new and existing GuardDuty customers at no additional cost. The combination of attack sequence findings on top of threat scenarios allows for many variations as cloud attacks are not limited in scope. For example, a compromised identity attack sequence can cover a compromised access key that is being used to then generate phishing messages, sending them out via SNS, and then spinning up new EC2 instances in order to attempt to use them for crypto mining. With this new update, GuardDuty can leverage both EKS protection and runtime monitoring to create a holistic view of your Amazon EKS clusters, enabling detection of complex attack patterns. EKS protection monitors control plane activities, while runtime monitoring observes behaviors within containers. This combination allows GuardDuty to detect sophisticated attacks such as compromise of containers running vulnerable web applications, unauthorized access through misconfigured credentials. Now let's hop into the console for a brief demonstration. Here we are within the GuardDuty console. So we navigated to findings and we filtered them by the threat type. So we want to look at the attack sequence findings only, and then also by the finding type. So we filtered for the attack sequence EKS compromised cluster. Now, as we scroll below underneath title, we see that we have 3 different clusters. So we have this crypto cluster gamma, malicious domain cluster gamma, and suspicious tool cluster gamma. For this demo, we're going to focus on this potential Kubernetes cluster compromise of crypto cluster gamma for this demonstration. When we scroll over, we can see that we're provided a bit of information in this overview page. So we can see how many resources are associated with the attack sequence, how many times this has been noted, as well as when it was last seen, and the account ID. When we select this attack sequence, we're going to be provided a bit more information. So we have that name, insight on when this was first and last seen. So it's first seen an hour ago, last seen 24 minutes, right? So it's keeping, when you see that count, so every time it has been noted, there's going to be another count. Then below, we can see how many signals are associated with this potential compromise of this specific cluster, the account associated with it. You can also see details about the principal ID that's been associated as well. Then under evidence, you're giving some information related to the MITRE ATT&CK framework. So this is beneficial when you're in that process of threat hunting. This framework basically just gives you an opportunity to analyze and evaluate techniques that attackers are using. It's also useful for assessing the extent that your team has also been able to have visibility across your network, specifically when it comes to cyber threats. As you scroll down below, we also see other evidence. So we see that there was a DNS query to a crypto mining domain, crypto.guardduty.c2activityb.com, and how many different processes were associated. Now, to find out a bit more information about all of this evidence, we will select View Details. Now, here in this new view, we get a bit more context on all of the evidence that was listed in the previous view. As we scroll below under attack sequence, we now have a visual map of the tactics that were observed. We see execution, privilege escalation, as well as impact. A way to leverage this is that the more tactics that you typically see sometimes can be indicative that the potential compromise is an actual compromise. As you go below, we then have again a list of the techniques and tactics that were listed before. We have that domain that was associated with crypto mining, as well as the 3 different processes that were noted before. Then we have a list of the actors. So these are all the actors that were identified within this attack sequence. We can see that there is this user attack simulation that is a type of role. We also see a Kubernetes user and giving a bit more information about the UID as well as the name. So having an ARN associated with the Kubernetes user. As we scroll below, we also have the name of different processes that we see identified here as well. We see this one, this is XMRig and that path. And then noting that XMRig, this is a malware that's designed to use infecting computers to mine cryptocurrency on the attacker's behalf. We also are given this SHA-256. And so basically this is the hash of the malicious process here. So scroll below, then we also have endpoints. So being able to see the IP addresses as well that are associated with the attack sequence. And again, seeing that crypto GuardDuty C2activityb.com domain also. For remediation purposes, you will have a link that's going to direct you to the documentation if you want to select and learn more. As you go into the right-hand side, we now have a chronological list of all of the signals that were used to correlate and assess this attack sequence. These can be filtered based on newest or oldest first. And so each of these combine the chronological order with the resources that were involved with a specific signal. Then we also have a list of different indicators. So we see those attack techniques, attack tactics, that crypto mining process, and additional insight on actors. So here we see the process that was associated with this event. Another tool that's handy is that if we select into resources, this is going to allow you to easily pivot to the resources that are involved with this specific attack sequence. So if we wanted to gain a bit more insight on this EKS cluster, so we see, before we selected this crypto cluster gamma, and we can see the name, type, ARN, the EC2 instance that's attached to this EKS cluster. Again, you can easily pivot to this specific EC2 instance by selecting this link, but you can also easily pivot by selecting open resource to that EKS cluster for additional information about the resources associated with your attack sequence finding. In this video, we discussed Amazon GuardDuty extended threat detection coverage for multi-stage attacks targeting Amazon EKS clusters in your AWS environment. Thank you for taking the time to watch.